Every moment is an eternal moment. The experiences we have of time, body, thoughts, feelings, sensations, are experiences of the events of life, of our temporary aspect. Yet behind this temporary aspect exists the reality of who we are, our eternal aspect. Our eternal aspect could shine on our temporary aspect and make it transparent, so it could also be seen as reality. At the presence of the real, everything that exists can be viewed as reality. When something is transparent, you can see its essential unity as part of the realizable universe. The direction is to find a dimension of consciousness in yourself that can see things as they are. Both the temporary and the eternal aspects are there, unseparated. You get a glimpse of one whole unified existence, which you are part of. Our thinking process is mechanical. It lives in the past and future. Our feeling process is mechanical. It lives in the past and future. Our senses communicate mechanically, seeing only form, name, shape, texture, and color. They cannot communicate reality to us. But there is something in us which is real. It brings the light of consciousness to this temporary aspect. Then we have the possibility of working with conscious energy and seeing things as they are. The feelings could be unified and give us a taste of our true nature. Our senses could take things as they are, unseparated. Then life is that which is. In those moments we are present. There is no interpretation of it. We need to fall in love with reality. We need to wish to unify with it. Then what is real and what we are in reality are one. Nothing is separated. Everything is interrelated and interconnected. Picture yourself in a dark room. Is that room actually dark? What happens when you open the curtains and switch on the light? That's how darkness is. You experience it only in the absence of light. But it doesn't have its own reality. The fear of death is just like that darkness. As soon as the light of consciousness comes on, you can't find fear. In order to understand yourself, you need a cosmic perspective. Cosmic means total. Nothing can be understood correctly unless we relate it to the whole. You have no way to understand your finger unless you understand the whole body. You cannot understand the body unless you see what it is a part of. It's a part of organic life. If you want to understand organic life, you have to understand the planet Earth, because organic life is part of the Earth. To understand the Earth, you have to understand the solar system. To understand the solar system, you have to understand the Milky Way. Everything is part of an even greater whole. This relationship continues all the way to the Absolute. For self-understanding, a cosmic perspective is needed. The you need to understand is eternal, the you that actually exists. When I say I, am I referring to this form, this body, to this piece of machinery that thinks, to my feelings? To know myself, I need a cosmic perspective that lets me see the relationship between the part and the whole, between the temporary and the eternal. Being refers to consciousness, not to our physical form. We are beings to the extent we have consciousness. We are given a seed of consciousness at the moment of conception. We receive a cell from our mother and one from our father, but the real source of our existence is the prime source. To have self-understanding, we need to connect to that seed of consciousness and support it, so it can sprout. When it sprouts, we can benefit by the study of the part in the context of the whole. If we don't trust that something higher exists, that seed can't sprout. If we don't wish to understand how and why existence manifests, that seed can't sprout. Both sides are necessary for self-understanding. Understanding is the fusion of knowledge and being. Mind and heart have to unite and manifest through the body. The knowledge of the mind comes from outside. We need to verify it. The knowledge of the heart comes from inside. We need receptivity to something higher within ourself. In a moment of understanding, the light of consciousness grows. That light is needed for the universe to function in harmony. Suffering comes in the absence of understanding. No one does something to harm life when they have understanding. Look at the universe as a stick. One end of the stick is the absolute, awareness. The other end is matter and energy, form, shape, you and me. At one end of the stick, meaning. At the other end, form. No matter how long the stick is, wherever you tap on it, the whole stick vibrates. That shows the interrelatedness and interconnectedness of everything that exists. When you understand this unity, how can you have an enemy? Because everything is related to you. Why have you been given this potential to raise your level of consciousness, and also this personality acquired from mass consciousness, which keeps you in the dimension of mechanical consciousness? Because this way, to rise above the mechanical dimension, you have to come to the present again and again. You fall asleep in order to wake up again. This is the dynamic of the universe. If you have a desire for self-understanding, you should be filled up with gratitude, because that's the highest desire you could have. You cannot trust your mind, because 3 elements are needed for trust: being, knowing, and understanding. If these 3 elements are not present, your trust is shallow. One wind, one breeze changes it. Fortunately, you can find these 3 in the union of your mind, feelings, and body. If you receive an impression of something in your mind, feelings, and body simultaneously, it is dependable and trustworthy. You can taste truth in it. Imagine the whole world trying to describe to you what an apple tastes like. There's no possibility to know its taste. But if someone hands you an apple and says, "Here, take a bite," you don't need any description. You don't need philosophy. You don't need anyone to tell you about it. You don't even need to name it apple. You just experience the taste. That's how it is when your mind, feelings, and body come together. If you look at someone while your body, mind, and feelings are together, you taste your own existence while you are looking at them. Taste takes place in consciousness. Truth is the same way. The truth that you think exists somewhere is just a concept. Truth is the experience of the truth within yourself. In the moment you have taste, you are free from your conditioning. Words are like cups. Their importance is in the meaning they contain. We have to learn to open words and get inside them, to extract their meaning. We relate to things literally, but the literal only conveys form and sequence, not understanding. Our problems come from not looking into things, not inquiring, not wishing to see what the meaning is. The desire to find the meaning is very precious. To nurture that desire, listen with at least 2 parts of yourself, with body and mind together, with the wish for the feelings to also participate. The universe is dynamic, and so each of us is different. You have to appreciate anyone you come in contact with. If you take them as your momentary teacher, you learn something from them, regardless of who they are and how they manifest.